Hey everybody, Judah Hoover here, coming to you from the Landlords and Investors Mastermind Group, walking more properties, this time in downtown Lancaster. Before we get started, go ahead and give me a like on this video and share it with your friends if you think that they would get some value out of this too. I'm absolutely enjoying the feedback that I'm getting here and all the positive responses, and I really appreciate that and really appreciate everybody for letting me walk their properties and teach people about how to invest in real estate. There's a number of people who will go over the numbers on a property, but there's very few people who will talk to you about this is what a Class A property looks like, this is what a Class B property looks like, and that's what we're trying to do here. Give some people some real life education on what's going on. As I slowly pan around, we're in the 300 block of Beaver Street in downtown Lancaster. I've walked properties on this block before. I think that it is a C quality neighborhood, moving towards a B quality neighborhood. I think that in the next downturn, which there's always going to be another downturn coming, I think that this could very easily be, again, a D quality neighborhood, but right now it is a C moving its way to a B, if it's not already a B quality neighborhood, depending on how you look at things and run the metrics. This property is a B plus, A minus rehab, and what I think that that's going to do for this owner is allow them to put a high quality tenant in there, a higher quality tenant than what you, if you've been watching or know in this neighborhood for the past 15 or 20 years, would have thought would move into a place like this. And maybe you have some more stability, maybe get somebody who's going to last for 5 or 6 or 10 years in a unit like this, and that helps you weather some of those downturns in the market a little bit better. It's a great day to be out walking properties. It's funny, it's like about 35 degrees, but it feels, this must be what like Russian spring feels like, when it's still really cold, but it's been like 5 degrees here in the Northeast for so long, literally like 5 to 5 degrees below, that now 35 degrees feels very warm. So I'm loving it. I'm walking properties, and we're going to walk on the inside of this property and take a look at this Class A rehab in a Class B neighborhood and talk a little bit about it. All right, everybody, so one of the first things that we see when we come in here is a really good contrast between this luxury vinyl plank on the floor and nice, fresh, clean white walls, and also a good job on the paint. You don't see a lot of paint spilling out onto this flooring. The kitchen is really nice, sharp, and crisp. Not a whole lot of cabinets here in this kitchen. They don't have a run above the sink there like they could. There's not, some cabinets here on this wall like sometimes there would be, but we have brand new windows, and that gives the place a really nice look. Look at that backyard. Not a whole bunch of junk, trash, or debris in that backyard, and that's going to be really good. I want to point out that box right there. That right there is an AC compressor. I was talking one time to a group of real estate investors and property managers, and I said it's important to know whether a property has air conditioning, and if it does, you want to specifically call it out in the ad for marketing. And somebody raised their hand and said, well, how do you know if there's air conditioning or not in the property? And I said, if there's a box, you have air conditioning. If there's no box, there's no air conditioning. So that box right there is what you're looking for, a compressor box. If you have it, you have air conditioning, and it's always going to be on the outside of the property. Let's go and take a look downstairs into this basement. Guys, for like 500 bucks is all it costs you to add painting to the basement, and I can tell you, this basement, the floor's cleaned up, the walls are half painted. This feels fresh and clean and nice and inviting. We have a new oversized hot water heater there. I just got distracted because this vent was blowing on me here. Here's what's funny about this. This vent should really be closed and maybe even not there, because we have the insulation here, this really shouldn't be conditioned space. And I would personally disagree with putting that vent there, but that's my take on it. Somebody who knows more about AC might know a little bit better than I do, but I think that that is a little bit of a waste. We see that this is set up on some PVC pipe. That's great. All that looks nice and clean and great plumbing there. I like that there is the airflow and the direction so that when you replace that filter, you know what's going on. This is an electric hot water heater and a gas forced hot air system with air conditioning. We can walk into this property and know exactly what we're dealing with in just a couple minutes. Also, whoever did this insulation job knew what they were doing, because they have the crepe paper away. The crepe paper is covered. It says on all that crepe paper that it's supposed to be covered and away from the exposed surface. And usually you see insulation paper side out. That tells you that whoever hung the insulation, number one, doesn't know how to hang insulation, and number two, can't read. So we've got carpeting on the treads. That's nice. That saves you a little bit of money from having to, you know, doing all this treads completely carpeted can cost some time, effort, and energy. This is bedroom number one, bedroom number two, with a nice little balcony here. I'm not going to go out onto that balcony. That's a nice, solid balcony. This is a great property. This is going to show really nice. Room for a washer and dryer here and into the bathroom. With the drain pan already in place. And then upstairs. I'm trying to run through this property. Forgive me if I get a little bit winded. Nice, high. You know, there's 2 feet above my head here, so these are about 8-foot ceilings. This is really great. Third bedroom with a vent. So it is 2 vents, so it is conditioned space, meaning this fully and completely counts as a bedroom. This place is going to rent for about $9.95. I think it's going to be tough as a 3-bedroom, even with air conditioning, to get above that psychological barrier of $1,000. But I don't know, I might try. I think it's missing a mirror in the bathroom. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say or notes on this one, other than just, I don't see, my daddy didn't teach me how to fish, hunt, or play golf, but I know how to paint, and I don't see one single paint mistake in this whole place. Some of you grammar Nazis out there, you can find spelling errors any place. This paint job, I'm that way with paint, and this paint job is absolutely fabulous. This is such a great Class A rental that therefore is going to get a higher quality tenant. All right, I got to run back to the office and talk to a guy about his 20-unit portfolio, but because I was here and took pictures of this property, I just wanted to share it quickly with you. And of course, I left the keys here someplace. I wanted to share it quickly with you because it's really an example of what you can do by making the best of your property. Not granite countertops, not going crazy above and beyond or doing things more than what you should, but really just trying to maximize your property, maximize what you can get, getting the highest quality tenant available and possible. And I really think this is a great neighborhood. I really like what's happening with Beaver Street. As we talked about before, there's a park going in right down the road. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. This is Judah Hoover with the Landlords and Investors Mastermind Group, just teaching people how to walk properties.